Welcome to your daily focus for February the 25th, 2022. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. We start with the 25 energy today. Success after difficulties. So where you've met the challenge, where you've persevered, where you had a patience with yourself, where you allowed in healing, there is successes that come out of those ventures that you've had, those paths you had to walk. 2 plus 5 is a 7. Relationships, standing in our truth. So standing in our truth is so important because under 7 energy, we are looking for the compromise. We are looking to create harmony and joy in our life. So make sure you are not compromising against giving a part of yourself away, or against what you truly believe. If we do the numerology of the day, it is a 15 energy. The 15 energy is where are we still tied into bondage, and where do we want the freedom to be in our lives? So it's habits. It's those things we think we need, but we don't. It's that behavior that we always seem to, it's our go-to in certain situations. And it doesn't serve us well. It actually harms us. So it's looking at those kinds of things in our life. So looking within, usually under a 15 energy. Sun in Pisces. Moon. The moon starts out in Sagittarius, but then moves into Capricorn. Around lunchtime, a little bit before, a little bit after, depending on what time zone you're in. So Capricorn, we become a little bit more responsible, task-oriented, security-oriented, and action. We want action. We want to actually do. Sagittarius energy is wonderful because we envision the path forward. We learn the things that we are craving to learn, understand, gain knowledge of. But a lot of times under Sagittarius energy, we don't take those steps. So Capricorn comes in and pushes us through. Says, okay, now we've learned a little bit. Now we need to apply that little bit. And don't worry, we'll come back to learning and before you know it. So use the energy wisely. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. The Two of Cups, relationships. Could be new relationships, partnerships, alliances. This could also be a new passion, a dream, a desire, a want, a goal that we are setting for ourselves. And under full moon energy, usually when we set that goal, we set that dream, we trip up. We see exactly why we haven't been able to be successful on our own without having to set the goal, that it just wasn't a natural flow for us by what is tripping us up. And so the full moon energy is there to assist us in cleaning up the mess. So often people set goals when it's a full moon energy, and then they, 2 or 3 days in and it falls apart on them. And they go, oh, it just wasn't for me. But the energy was there to tell us what was wrong, why we kept continually getting tripped up, what prevents us from going forward. Is it an anxiety, a fear, a person, an environment? And understanding how we work through that, past that. The Five of Wands. This could be a little competitive, but it's also playing well with others. So if anything, we're standing our ground. We're bringing our talents, our abilities to the table, but we're also allowing other people to shine. We're all trying to look good, but we're also trying to make each other look good. Appreciate each other, their talents, their abilities. So successes can come in under the 25 energy, absolutely. But the more people you have surrounding you too under a 25 energy, the team, even if the team is just gaining knowledge from different resources right now, you are the student. That's the team. And it's understanding what each person, each individual, each situation tells us about how to go forward. And what do we have? Oh, the Eight of Wands. So a very free will kind of day. We can ignore this energy. We can really work with it to obtain some goals, set our sights on new goals, paths, realign our steps so that we're walking straighter. This is about taking off the blinders. This is about, just shooting the arrows out there into wherever are those wands, shooting the wands out there and watching where they land. And knowing that each place they land is an adventure. So it's not always the end game. It's the adventure of that we have to appreciate. We have to widen our scope, our horizons, color outside the box perhaps on what can become available to us. What little winding path we can kind of dart down, and it will still line up with our current path, but we'll have a little bit of fun on the way. We'll enjoy our time. So it might be where you can download a small little how-to on how to do something, and you can sit there at home at your leisure and do it. Or you can get together with a group that is into that kind of thing, and every week you do something a little bit different and you work collectively in the group. The collectively in the group is really the energy that we want to bring in today, if at all possible. Whether it be somebody to teach you something, or you teach them, or you work hand in hand, you unite your talents, your abilities, your gifts. And it becomes even more wondrous. Okay, let's get... Went on a little tangent, didn't I? Okay. Let's get a mantra for our day. Enlightenment. Pursue spiritual growth. Easy to do under a Pisces sun, absolutely. And the Sag moon probably is more inviting than the Capricorn moon is for it. But nonetheless, pursue spiritual growth. Today, see where you will fit in gratitude, paying it forward. A prayer time, a meditation time, just a deep breathing time, a time set aside for contemplation, or spiritual work of some sort. Seek information, seek knowledge, seek groups of people that get together, and maybe it's a meditation get together or whatever it may be, a prayer meeting somewhere. Pursue spiritual growth. Okay, let's see what our book says. I'll get the card back up here. So it's time to come into your own and are in search of something more meaningful to add to your life. This is a time to meditate, deliberate, self-evaluate, withdraw voluntarily from the world to seek truth in solitude. Rest, a quiet retreat, away from the daily routines will allow you to consider enlightened decisions and go in the direction of your heart. This may also be a time to seek advice and spiritual guidance from a mentor or experienced person. The mantra is, I search for wisdom and mental clarity. I search for wisdom. I search for clarity, understanding, sage wisdom, Absolutely. And we'll get an animal. Oh, they do not want to be shuffled at all tonight. Okay, here we go. Look at this. Horse is back with freedom. And really, we're going all the way back to the 15 energy, right? Bondage and freedom. It's experiencing the freedom. How do we experience the freedom? By clearing up the clutter, the anxieties, the fears. Gaining knowledge, gaining understanding, getting to know yourself a little bit better. Freedom, transformation, free spirit, move, and courage. The secret of happiness is freedom, and the secret of freedom is courage. Horse has a powerful message to share with you in regards to your time of transformation and newfound freedom. Sometimes it's easier just to sit in your fuzzy PJs and hope that life will change, and yet you continue to allow yourself to be shackled away from your true spirit and your soul. Horse tells you it's time to dream big. It may be time to make changes within your current relationships, whether romantic or platonic. It could be you feel stifled by your current career choice. Freedom doesn't mean you give up your entire life. Instead, allow yourself to disconnect from the anchors tied around you. It takes courage, but the end result will be a positive one. Spend some time in nature. Take in the feeling of wind in your hair. Breathe in nature's goodness and just be. Just a few moments of solitude each day can allow your soul to reboot and clear itself from life's toxicities, freeing it in order to see a proper path. Horse could also mean that it's time for you to move house locations into the country. So it may be time for you to move right out into the country, but since this is a collective reading for everyone, I don't think we're all moving, but definitely try and get out, go for a country drive. Find some country roads to drive down. Roll down the window if possible and really enjoy it. Right now it's snow. It's going back and forth between snow and just gross looking and snow and just gross looking because nothing can grow. Everything's, sleeping, hibernation, looking very, very lifeless. And yet soon, very soon, we'll start to hear the birds sing. I saw a robin actually the other day. So there you have it. Flew right at me. And his breast went right up the windshield. Just came out of nowhere. And all I saw was this beautiful red breast. And I thought, oh, how magical is that? The wings were spanned out. It was gorgeous. Anyways. So the robin is all about new beginnings and new starts. And that's right around the corner for you. So it's okay to set a goal right now and trip. Call it a fail, but it's really not. It's a learning experience. So you can get through it. So you can understand why it just hasn't been a natural part of your everyday flow. And that you have to actually set that goal in order to obtain that happiness, that joy. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.